And you guys are live, East Hampton School Board.
Thank you. Good evening. Can I have a motion to open the meeting?
Make a motion.
Second? Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. We're going to face the back.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, so I'd like to welcome everybody here today. Before we begin with some of our normal business, I'd like to introduce Ms. Kathy Romano from the New York State School Boards Association with a special presentation.
So,
my teacher voice.
Yes.
So I'm Kathy Romano. I am a fellow school board member. So all of you sitting there, I know exactly what it's like. I've been a school board member since 2004, serving in both Islip Public Schools, which is like a hike, and Eastern Suffolk BOCES. I am on Eastern Suffolk BOCES. So every once in a while you get a newsletter from them. I'm one of the people on that newsletter. And I am the Area 12 Director. The Area 12 Director covers all of Suffolk County as a representative of New York State School Boards Association, because the trip from Albany to here is a little bit dicey. I was just there this weekend for the Board of Directors meeting. I am here to recognize the volunteer service of one of your board members. Being a board member is not easy. It was not easy to start for me as a board member in 2004 when we didn't have the electronic alert systems. And at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was waiting for the superintendent to call me and tell me whether we had school during a snowy day. And then I had to call all the other board members. And parents would be calling at 5 in the morning, waiting to hear what I knew, because somehow as a board member, you're an insider of the information. And if you do it for 25 years, that's a long time. It's a long time. It's a long time to worry about a staff member or a student who might be ill or in crisis. It's a long time to watch children in the first grade grow to graduate, and what an awesome gift it is to be able to confer a diploma or shake a hand of a student that you knew when they were this big. 25 years as a board member means you've had 2 complete cycles of students who have gone from kindergarten to graduation, and everybody else in between. And we get paid a whole lot. Smiles, cookies, fundraiser items, appreciation letters, and things like that. That's it. No salary for this volunteer service. And it is a 24/7 service. So I would really like to send my appreciation and recognition to John Ryan Sr. I know I would have worn my shorts too. The award reads, New York State School Boards Association presented to John Ryan in recognition of service and leadership to the students of the East Hampton Union Free School District, September 20th, 2022.
Thank you, dear.
Congratulations.
Got a big cake like this at my club where I managed for 30 years. And I made sure I said, does that mean I gotta stop now? I'm not stopping. I'm gonna quit this job when I get old. Or you don't elect me.
So, congratulations. Keep doing the good work.
thank you.
I always refer to it as the good work for
Thank you for
children.
coming
I
out.
got my grandkids coming. I gotta take care of them.
Thank you.
Anytime. And remember, see me at convention, I'll be there.
Thank you.
care.
Very good.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I thought a monument was more fitting, but, you know, we got a plaque, so.
Ms. Cuna?
Hi, good evening,
Very
everyone.
important. This is important.
Congratulations, Mr. Ryan.
Very important.
Yeah, I am so delighted to present our second grade class, Ms. Eberhardt's second grade class, who's going to speak to you about how we celebrate Peace Day at John Marshall. Tomorrow, September 21st is International Peace Day. And I'd like to invite Ms. Eberhardt's second grade class to come on up.
I'm facing you or the crowd.
The crowd.
Are you
yeah.
sure?
Yeah, definitely.
I am not going to talk because the important information comes from them. So we're going to start with Violet. Go ahead, my dear.
Hello, my name is Violet. We are from Everhart second grade, and we are here to share with you some exciting news about Single Cookies at JMMES. It's kind of hard to say these words with one big breath. We have been celebrating International Day of one moment, please. Day of Peace at John Marshall since 2009. By making our own pinwheels and gathering together and singing songs of peace. Like this year again, we will be celebrating Peace Day on Friday, September 23rd. The spinning, swirling pinwheels are intended to spread thoughts and feelings of peace throughout in the world. Last year, people made the part of children from across the globe.
Very good.
Good job. That's what it says. Read it first.
Peace is doing nice things for others. Peace is being helpful, treat others as they want to be treated. Peace is being kind and helpful is also peaceful to read a book. Now this and keep us a lovely. Peace means being kind.
You remember that we are not going to him yet. We're saying our poem. Are you ready, friends? Remember, let's take our papers and put them down. So our hands are free. Are you ready? Get your hands ready. Nice and strong.
1, 2. Peace to you. 3, 4. Open the door. 5, 6. Every year, the United Nations International Day of Peace is celebrated on September 21st. The theme this year is End Racism. Build peace. Thank you for supporting this wonderful event that we cherish at Jeremiah's. Thank you, Senorita Traveris, for helping to organize our Peace Day. A special thank you to Irene Quinn, who brought this beautiful celebration to Jeremiah's years ago.
Turn around and show the board members what you did for your Peace Begins With Me. Turn around and show everybody what we did. Great pictures. And these are our pinwheels. We got a little bit of a head start on them so that we could be with you all. But these are the pinwheels that all the kids at John Marshall will have outside with them.
Very nice.
Great.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you. What do you say?
Guys.
Great to see kids again in the boardroom.
Oh, we love coming. We'll be here before the end of the year again. Don't worry.
Good. We look forward to it.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Thank you. Have a good day. They will.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you guys for coming.
There goes my crap. Photos from years past.
When is that? Friday?
Photos from years past.
But it's on Friday. Are they going to the beach again like they did last time?
We're gonna stay on property,
Yeah.
but we'll be outside on the field.
Wonderful.
What time? 'Cause it's in the
9
morning,
o'clock.
right? 9 o'clock.
Yep, doctor.
Okay. We had our back to school night last Thursday. It was well attended. Actually, it was good energy. It was good to feel people back in the building. Even though we had it live last year, there weren't as many people. And I would say we've had about half of our parents, which is good for us. We're also going to have our first PTA meeting and principals breakfast tomorrow morning. And I've asked Kathy Masterson to join us to talk about the athletic program and talk about what students can expect and families can expect at the high school once they move on. And then our clubs begin on October 3rd. And as a counterweight to our athletics, we're up to 17 clubs and activities for kids, which is great. It's a nice number to choose from. And then also we have our picture day on the 30th, which is Friday. Thank you.
Ms. Smith?
That's good. So first, I actually want to start with, bless you, a thank you to Matt Lowndes, the man behind the curtain. Matt, we just wanted to thank you for your beautiful documentary on our unified basketball team. It's great.
Oh, great.
So bravo, I don't know if you can hear me or.
Yeah, thank you. This is kind of weird, but thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really did enjoy being with the kids. It's a really special program, and big shout out to all of you guys, of course, and Mr. Mitchell and Coach Brooks as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Terrific.
So thank you. I mean, if you missed it, Matt was able to get the perspective of our mainstream players and our uniquely abled players, and truly, Matt, you captured that it's a pure example of true sportsmanship. So we really thank you for that. And you all kept it as a surprise from me. It was done last June. You know, I would have put it right out, but Mr. Mitchell had the sense to save it until all of the faculty was in the building to congratulate our athletes. So thank you. So we also had an incredible weekend with homecoming. I'll let Kathy elaborate on it. Our dance was Friday. It was a huge success. We were outside again. We had just about 700 students attend, and they were wonderful. Everyone was respectful and had a great time. And the tennis courts are still intact, so that's a good thing.
Oreos.
Exactly. And all of Saturday's events, I mean, it was just a joy to see the whole community here, from everything from the Hall of Fame. Again, I'll let Kathy talk about that, but to having our younger little ones here for the festival, to athletes and families coming back for the bonfire and game. It was just a wonderful weekend and such community and school spirit. And a lot of hard work went into that from our student association, athletics, buildings and grounds. So kudos to everybody for a great weekend. It was a good time. To keep that positive energy and school spirit going, we likewise had our club fair this morning. We chose to do it as a 15-minute homeroom so that every student could participate prior to going to classes. And we are really trying to reach the whole student body and make sure that every student is tethered to our school community in some way. And so that was one more effort to get students involved. On an academic note, looking at student learning from last year and our test results, in concert with coordinators, we thought it would be appropriate to return to holding interim assessments this year. So we will have one per quarter. And the whole purpose of that, just so everybody's aware, is to have a common assessment by course. And those are teacher developed. And the whole purpose of them, without going into too much detail, is to use the data from that assessment to inform our instruction, to see what our students are understanding, where there are gaps, what we need to reteach, so on and so forth. So we will be bringing those back. Those will start October 24th. And lastly, I just want to make sure that everybody is aware that Ms. Collins received a huge honor from her own guidance department for the East End Counselors Association Administrator of the Year. A well-deserved honor for her. Our back to school night is Thursday the 29th, and our college fair is coming up this Friday. Other than that, not much.
Great home.
Ms. Masterson?
Thank you, Mr. Fine. Wow, this has been a really busy week. A lot of sleepless nights, but it was really well worth it. Especially the Wall of Fame was just absolutely amazing. The community support that came out, we didn't have enough eggs, so next year we're gonna tap into our new cooking program. I already got her, and we are totally gonna be cooking here. I'd like an omelet station personally, but I don't even pour that. I'm too nervous. Just throwing that out there. We have to get these kids to cook. But it was absolutely amazing. The turnout was great. The speeches were awesome. Our very own was recognized and bringing back one of my favorite and someone who's made such a huge impact on me. Dick Cooney back here is just, he's still giving me advice and I will always ask for it. So it was great to see a lot of alumni and so much community spirit. And special thanks to Sarah and Megan and Michelle did an amazing work. Sarah will never toot her own horn, so I will toot it for her. What they did and the whole festival that we had was so much fun. I ate too much. Sarah bought me ice cream at the end, like a 5-year-old, but it was great. I had a really good time. And one thing that has been so amazing since I've been here, and I think it gets overlooked so much, between buildings and grounds and the custodians here, and Luke, who was my right-hand man, because I didn't sleep the night before because I was scared that the programs were, nothing technology was going to work. Everybody did an amazing job, and kudos to you guys for putting these people in place and everything that they do. Middle school football, we have 55 kids, and we are missing some helmets, so just in case somebody comes to you. We borrowed some from Southampton, and then Darren did pull them back from me. So I have rustled up all my athletic director friends, and I will be picking up 6 from Hop Hog tomorrow. So they'll be blue helmets, but kids will be in helmets, and that's all I care. So we have been I'm going to be working with Sam to order us some more helmets, take care of our kids.
It's a good problem, and one we haven't had for many years.
Great. We have 55 kids on the middle school team, and we right before the game came out, all the kids that are in flag football lined up, and the varsity players ran through them, so it was really, really cute. So it's really, the atmosphere, the vibe from everyone that was here on Saturday night was so positive and so great. The lights are terrible, we hate them. We'll work towards real lights one day, but you know, it's another good problem to have.
Kathy, the lights were pitiful.
They were
And
terrible.
the portable lights will always be bad. I believe in it, and I think we should have lights.
I agree, but we are going to work together as a community so that we are one, so that everybody is happy. We did it in West Hampton, and we had a lot of opposition before we did it. We were given lights twice, and it was turned out.
I think we've been giving them twice.
Yeah, it was turned out, but I think a lot of fear goes into, people think that those lights are gonna be on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and people are gonna be running rampant. That's not the reality, but I think that's the message that we have to get out to the community, and we need to have an open dialogue, and maybe that's where we start to go through parameters. And you know, games aren't gonna start at 7 o'clock at night. You know, obviously if a bus comes here late, there's nothing we can do about it, but you know, trying to start games at 6 o'clock, those were things that we had done, and they worked. And it's great for our kids. You know, right now, it's not our fault. Busing issues are absolutely terrible throughout the county. We are getting teams. A team just showed up here tonight for a 5:45 start. They got here at 6:15. So this is happening all over the place. But I have to say kudos to our bus garage. Joe and Joel have been phenomenal. And I know we have 2 retirements coming up, but they have worked wonders in getting our kids places, and our teams are showing up places before other teams are even getting here. So they have done an amazing job, and I know that Tim, Adam, and Sam have been working really hard for us to bring a bus licensing out here to East Hampton, and I know a lot of my coaches are interested in it, and as I am, very much so. Our football game on the 15th, again, with bus drivers, we also have issues with officials. Our varsity football game on the 15th has been moved to 9:30 in the morning. So I wanted you guys to know, so I didn't want it to come out like, why are you playing a football game at 9:30 in the morning? It's the only time we can play it. We offered to have Harbor Fields come here on Thursday at 3:30. They couldn't secure a bus. The only bus they can get is at 9:30 in the morning. To me, I think it's a little home field advantage. They're gonna leave Harbor Fields probably 5:30.
They're gonna be tired.
I'll even get them some bagels when they pull up. The NFHS network, we've been having a little issue, the field one, not the one in the gym. William, again, the tech department here has been phenomenal. William was working with me all day today, figured out the issue. We have poles on either the building as well as the press box. There's a repeater that goes back and forth, so we can talk to it, so we can have wireless out there. Something happened to it in one of the storms, so that's the thing. He's gonna have it up and running tomorrow, just in case somebody asks you. I don't want you guys to ever be. And lastly, Sarah and I attended the New York State Public High School Athletic Association's mandatory meeting on Friday, where East Hampton was recognized as a school of excellence, which means that all of our varsity teams, 75% of our varsity teams have 90 or above GPAs. And that to me is something to really put a flag up for. Our kids are not only doing it on the field, but they're really doing it in the classroom. Terrific. Any questions for me?
Thank you.
Sure, Mr. Ryan. You want to talk about the pool?
No, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about swimming, but we'll do that.
I'll do that. You'll buy me
We don't have time for
breakfast.
that. Put the timer on. Lights in the pool. All right. So public comment. Matt, do we have anybody on the phone for public comment?
No, there's no callers on the line.
We will.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yes, we will. So consent agenda. Can I have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Superintendent's report and recommendation. Number 1. Recommend the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that Edward McGinty is upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools appointed to a secondary special education teaching position as a leave replacement effective on or about October 6th, 2022 through December 21st, 2022, a per diem rate of $289.38. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Second. Discussion?
Yes, the next two items.
Yeah, that's
They
all right.
missed up
Two
so
people
much, they're coming back?
Coming back, yes.
Yeah, I mean.
We're very happy and very appreciative of both Mr. McGinty and Mr. Grindle for
That's
helping us
terrific,
out.
yeah.
So,
It's nice that they want to come back.
Yes.
That's a good thing too.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Did I do that already? I can't even remember.
No, you didn't.
You didn't? All right, good. Number 2, recommended that the board approves the following resolution. Resolved that Troy Grindle is upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools appointed to a music teaching position as a leave replacement effective on or about October 28th, 2022 through on or about January 3rd, 2023 at the per diem rate of $289.38. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
I think we already had the discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 3, recommended the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that Nicholas DeLuca is upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools appointed to a contractual permanent substitute teaching position who holds a valid New York State certification in secondary mathematics. Will commence September 20th, 2022, expire on June 16th, 2023, and be paid to the annual salary based on $57,875. Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Second? Any discussion?
So the next two are our permanent subs. Obviously, in the past, over the last year, we've used it as a kind of a ground to support, our future possibility of future employment, and created our own minor league system. Obviously, it's worked out for us in the past, so we're going to continue that practice going forward this year. Tim did a really good job setting this up and recruiting people for these positions.
Some are tough. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 4, recommended the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that Anthony Mizgorczyk is upon the recommendation of the superintendent of schools appointed to a contractual permanent substitute teaching position who holds a valid New York State certification in physical education to commence October 4th, 2022 and expire June 16th, 2023. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I abstain. Anthony is my nephew.
Okay.
I don't have to, but
No.
I'm doing it anyway.
Any opposed? Number 5, recommend that the board approve the following appointments for the 2022-23 school year, beginning with driver's education program, which is amended, down to the John Marshall Lunch Monitor. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 6, recommend the board approve the following resolution. Be it hereby resolved that the Board of Education accept the letter of resignation for the purposes of retirement from David Salvo for his position as school bus driver effective the close of business day on February 17th, 2023. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second? Any discussion?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
David. And
Congratulations.
goes into the
Thank you,
whole
David.
idea that, we're going to be losing
Yeah.
some very, very important people. So,
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 7, recommended that the board approve the following resolution. Resolved that Jamie Pellis be added and authorized signature on the East Hampton Unified School District's designated bank accounts for the 2022-23 school year, and be it further resolved that the board accept the letter of resignation from Jamie Pellis for the position of senior account clerk effective January 31st, 2023, and be it further resolved that the board approve the contractual agreement between the East Hampton Unified School District and Jamie Pellis, District Treasurer, effective February 1st, 2023, Jesus, through June 30th, 2023, in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in said contractual agreement. One more?
Yeah.
All right. And one more, be it further resolved and further, so that the superintendent of schools is authorized to sign the contractual agreement. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion. I'll second.
Second? Any discussion?
Yeah, so Jamie's here. We're very lucky. Jamie came here to kind of learn the position. She had a wealth of experience where she came from. She took a leap to come here. She will transition when our legendary Dee Herzog retires finally, who did us a huge favor in staying on until January 31st. Jamie will resign from her current position here, which I don't intend to replace at this point, and she will assume the role as district treasurer. So give us some overlap with a very, very, very important position, to say the
That's
least.
great. Wonderful.
Thank you and congratulations.
Welcome.
Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 8, recommend that the board approve the following resolution. Resolve that the board approve the consulting agreement between East Hampton Union Free School District and Local TV Incorporated for the purpose of providing live stream broadcast services for the district's June 2023 high school commencement ceremony in the amount of $1,200 in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in said consulting agreement, and authorizes the president of the Board of Education to sign said consulting agreement. Can I have a motion?
Make the motion.
Second?
Second.
Discussion?
Just our standard LTV, who does an excellent job in
That's great.
graduation. Just our,
LTV.
they're small feet who do all the work they do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elsie.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Number 9, recommend the board approve the following budget transfers. Can I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Do you want to add anything to any of these?
Yeah, I mean, we tend to come back, we need a bit more money to be able to pay the interest. And talk about interest rates are up. We still did get a very favorable rate, due in part to our excellent rating given to us by Moody's. To take some money from the apartment budget into this part, in order to be able to afford to repay the interest.
And it's something that we have and we have to do. We don't have a choice. Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so now. Old business? Go ahead, man.
Yep, enrollment, district-wide 1844, high school 1033, middle school 265, elementary 546. We added 10, but then we minused a few. So overall, from our last 2-week total, we are up 1 student.
And the high, so just to summarize, the high school is up,
The high school is up 10.
and then
The
Middle
middle
school.
school's down 5, and John Marshall's down 4. I was able to do the math myself without a calculator, and I got 1 for the year. So at first, it's funny when I was going through it and doing that math. When the high school hit 10, I'm like, oh my, we're going up. Wow. But we did have some departures, and now we're able to drop kids off the rolls now. Obviously, the state, there's some regulations when we can and can't drop kids out of the rolls. So we're +1 for this cycle.
Anything else for old business? New business.
So the academics really combined with the dual language. What I'm proposing is November 7th, we'll do a special board meeting to discuss the future of the elementary schools dual language program. Myself, with Karen and Tiffany, have a number of questions. Karen completed a survey last year with her parents. We want to present everything and answer a multitude of questions the board has. We're meeting tomorrow for a second meeting to continue to put together that presentation. It will be obviously open to the parents. We are going to have it here just for space purposes, and we'll talk about LTV and stuff with that. The other thing, and I'm going to ask Sam to talk a little bit about this, on October 18th, I'm going to go around a little bit with the board. We have to look at some future projects for the district. What's happening is the district's debt service is coming off our budget in the near future, and we need to start planning future projects. And Sam, can you explain why we need to be doing that?
Sure. So it's very important in terms of having stability in the levy, the amount of money we collect in taxes from the voters, to keep things as even as possible. Obviously, we want slow, steady growth if you're going to have it. If we allow the debt to expire and not replace, that's great for the first year for the taxpayers. They're going to have savings, but then it's going to hurt very badly in future years when you have to put it back. So the theory basically is that what we're going for here is to keep things as even as possible, to replace the debt that's going to expire with new debt for new projects. The buildings are obviously the public's investment in education here. You have to maintain them. You have to let them grow and renovate. If you don't, just like you would with your house at home, your investment will deteriorate. So even though 5 years sounds like a long time from now, we have to back up. We have to look backwards. So the way that public debt usually works is you make your first principal payment approximately 9 months after you borrow the money. So that's a certain block of time. When you send a project to New York State Education Department for a permit, you could wait as long as a year to get the permit. So that's a certain block of time. When you are designing the project and you have to make sure that all the stakeholders have a say in what happens and the board approves and superintendent's on board, that could be 6 to 8 months, 6 to 9 months. And then obviously you need a time to develop the project and to go out to the voters. That could be a year. Well, you put all that together, 5 years suddenly looks pretty big in the rearview mirror. In the mirror. So we need to start planning now so that we're ready to have the new debt replace the old debt at the time of expiration.
And I think it's very important for the public to know that the board has directed me. We will be soliciting the public for some input on some of our projects in the pretty much the most transparent fashion. All of these discussions will occur publicly. We have to look at our buildings, our facilities, and see what we need to do, what we would like to do, again, with the children and their education and their extracurricular and co-curricular activities in mind. But it's very important to know that this will be a fully transparent process after, we start going through a number of the items that we have. And we are definitely going to be asking the community for community input.
Yes, definitely. Good. All right.
Yep.
So, Matt, anybody on the phone for public comment?
No, there's no callers on the line.
Okay. And I think we just have some September board committee schedule. September 22nd is a community housing committee at 1 p.m. here at district office. September 29th, facilities committee meets at 9:15. Audit committee will meet immediately following the facilities. Then the athletic committee will meet at 2 p.m. So put that on your calendar. And other than that, does anybody else from the board have anything?
John is asking, so the community housing committee is all the districts?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Fred Deal will be here.
Oh, Fred,
Right?
okay.
Confirmation.
Fred's gonna be there because there, a lot of this stuff, when we first started talking about it, some of it has been, subsumed or added to by
Yes.
the town has had a committee, which
Yeah.
I sat on as well. And, there's a pretty significant organized effort right now
Yep.
to pass the 0.5%. And I'm assuming, is there an agenda for that we know so far, the meeting on?
I think that's gonna,
September 22nd?
I think it would be prudent of me to start to let Fred talk about that, and then we go from there. Because I think I agree with you, since we and this board kind of held a discussion regarding community housing, a lot of other organizations have taken up the fight and pushed the effort. I know YIMBY being one of them. Fred's continuously, pushed what he'll be talking about with us. But I think one of the things we need to go as a district and the districts around is where we are now. Where are we going as our role in this? Because with all these other things happening and other options, we have as a district have to think as we go into what Sam just talked about. Are we going to be doing anything along that with debt service too?
Right.
So I think those are items that we should all talk about.
And I think the thing that would be of a lot of interest is, some of it depends on whether or not this 0.5 point passes and all that. But accompanying that, that there's been conversations because there's never going to be enough money to build your way out of this issue out here. So there's been conversations about some changes at the town with accessory dwelling units and other things that would make a big difference, I think. And I know Christina and many of us have had that conversation before. So I think it'd be really interesting to talk about ways and the legality and other things of how we could partner with the town. I don't know about blending funds, and I don't know if there's like a match program where if we did something, or just be curious to hear about that.
That proposition is definitely on the ballot.
Yes.
Yes,
November. Yeah, I think everybody has to put on their ballot.
And
I think that's what they're going to
We as a
start rolling out,
board
explaining it now.
would recommend people voting yes on
We're
that.
not allowed to recommend how people vote on
my God.
things, I think. That's my recollection.
That's right.
We can have our lawyer tell us, but I think we're not allowed to tell people to vote. You can't
Nobody
tell
here to stop
people-
you, John.
I can't even tell people to vote for me.
Well, they do that.
Great.
Well, no, but I think we can't tell people how to vote, but we can say that it's important, right? Maybe in our private capacity we can, but I don't think as a school board we can weigh in on that stuff.
All right.
But we should ask for a lawyer.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Yes.
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for coming.